Dudes from the age bracket of 23 to 28 do not give a fuck that you are 30 plus, shawty. They don't care. A lot of these guys are realizing that the younger women just do not want and think the ways that these guys are thinking. So they are thinking that these older women are going to be thinking the same ways they are thinking. So when you sit down on this fucking app and say, hey, I'm 31, I can't be wasting my time. I don't know if I want to play these games. Shawty, they're not trying to play the games you're thinking of. They're looking for older women who are thinking like you. You gotta change your thought process up, shawty. You gotta switch it up. These dudes are done. They see where everything's going with the younger women, bro. They turn into the oldiers. The oldiers. They turn into old shawty.
These little do not care if you are 30. I used to be like, oh, he's such a nice young man. He has such a good head on his shoulders. The moment you are alone, that man will make it very clear.
Yep, you heard that right. Older women are in, and this ain't a game. Ain't nobody playing. This is real life. Now, it's funny because I've always liked older women. Like, older women have always been my option, whether it's just a few years or 10 years. I've never been with nobody 10 years older, but I am definitely looking like I need that in my life.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother. Like the dude in the first clip said, like, we mess with these younger women and over time you just realize the older women are just better. And it's a couple of reasons why. We gonna go over that. I'd be trying to be respectful, but at the same time, you know, you a woman, so I don't care if you older. You know, I'ma still treat you like you a woman. You know, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna respect you because you got titles, you got degrees and stuff, but when we get along, I'm gonna lay it down on you. I got a degree in resonometry, baby. What you talking about? Anyway, we go get right into this video. We go talk about what older women like about younger men, how to get an older woman, why older is better, and then the whole culture shift as a whole. We're going to talk about, you know, why this is happening and some reactions from people. If you like what I got going on here, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers. I really need that, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's go!
So apparently a lot of young guys are liking older women. And at 33, I think it's great. I wouldn't say I'm older or younger, but I have seen the shift. I've had younger men try to talk to me, and I'm like, the thing is, I believe that younger men are more progressive, easier on the eyes, usually, and they don't have as much trauma because how they think isn't just based in old facts and old mindsets. The thing is, as a younger guy, you also need to be more mature to date an older woman, but I think you're more open to the idea of being shaped by a woman, by understanding you don't have it all figured out. Maybe you're financially still on the way. You have some things that you're still developing, but with an older woman, you are okay with understanding that she has wisdom. She can lead. She can guide you in a way that maybe a younger woman can't. But what I'm hearing is that the older women are liking this. And I spoke to my mom about it. She's the same way. She's like, she could date younger, but not too young. And I'm like, okay, I see you. I honestly believe that age is nothing but a number, and everyone has their own life experiences. They choose whether or not they want to grow and develop from those experiences. So age is just a construct of how much days you've been on this planet and what you have done with that time. So sis, if you older, you dating a younger man, enjoy it, live it up. Don't worry about what society says, because an older man dating a younger woman is a tale as old as time.
Now, what she said was profound, because the reasons she listed out were a lot of the reasons older men go after younger women. So it's very interesting to see that we have like the same mindset. Older women have kind of like the same mindset of it as a man sometimes. Like she said, they're easier on the eyes. She likes younger guys because they're easier to look at, because they look better than older guys. You ask an older guy if which one looks better, older woman or a younger woman, 9 times out of 10 they're going to say the younger woman. Of course, I'm not saying, you know, once you get to a certain age, you just look bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that youth comes with attractive qualities. You know, youth comes with a liberal mind, like she mentioned. When you're younger, you don't have as much baggage, whether you're a man or a woman. You don't have as much baggage, so you're much more open to new experiences and doing things. You're not going to have as many hangups, you know. So what she likes about younger men is pretty much what older men like about younger women. You just have to be liberal, be fun, don't take everything so serious, you know, and be willing to learn. As a younger man, you'll just come to realize that older women just understand things better sometimes, especially when it comes to like health and socialization. So if you are a younger man, you get with an older woman, you'll find out some lessons of life much more quicker. You'll find out why it's so important to clean your face. You'll find out why it's so important to clean your room every now and then. They're gonna put you onto some game that seems basic, but actually is part of like a ritual. It's more like a mental health thing. And you'll hear older men say the same thing, that they want a younger woman because they can be shaped, because they can be taught, they can learn something. So whether you're a younger man going for an older woman or a younger woman going for an older man, you just have to understand that you'll be learning something, that it's a learning experience. And that's why it's so beneficial to be with an older woman as a younger man. And for that older woman, she really likes that because now she feels respected. She feels like she's a part of something, contributing, which is just a really big thing as you get older. You want to feel like you're helping and you have wisdom and that you can impart some type of discretion to people and help people out. It's just a part of growing up. So as a woman, she benefits from being able to help people. They say the greatest gift is giving. If you can give something to somebody, that's better than receiving it, So it's definitely very understandable where she's coming from. But the biggest thing she said was age is just a number, and it's really just maturity she's looking for. So you could be a younger man and mature enough to date somebody who's 35. You'll be on the same wavelength, looking for the same goals, have the same aspirations. You have the same lifestyles, Of course, there's always going to be imbalances one way or another, but in general, you guys have the same motives, the same goals, which is very important to sustaining a long-term commitment or a marriage or anything like that. So what women really like about younger men is the fact that, we have more fun. We're just better looking sometimes. Like, let's be for real. We're not as grumpy because if you're a man, you get older, you just get grumpier. Like, I'm 26 and I'm starting to see it. Like, I don't want to be hearing nothing. I don't want to do nothing. Stop calling my damn phone. It really gets to that point. So as a younger man, you still have that kindness. You still have kindness in your heart. It won't last long. And lastly, what older women like about younger men is the fact that they can teach something and impart their wisdom and grow with that person. Instead of, having somebody come in and try to take over their life, or have somebody come in and try to throw them off of whatever they got going on. You guys can come together. It'll be much more harmonious to have somebody who's receptive and somebody who's already established. I think it's a very beneficial dynamic, whether it's an older man and a younger woman or a younger man and an older woman. I don't think there's really much difference. Now, she said she was 33 and that she don't feel that old, but that is definitely older. Like, I'm 26, so I look at that, I'm like, yeah, that's older. I'm sure, somebody in their 40s look down, you just a baby. But to me, it's like, no, you older, but you could definitely get it. You don't even look that old. Like, I love older women, man. But she don't even look bad for her age. And that's the thing. Like, you talk to a lot of these women thinking that they want age, but they look good. They look way better than some of the girls in your own age group, especially when it comes to health. Some younger women just don't take care of themselves that well, but a woman gets older, they realize how important it is to do that stuff, so they look good. They look good than a motherfucker. But that's not the only thing about, dating an older woman that's good. There's multiple things about older women that you can benefit as a man and draw inspiration from. So we're gonna get into that.
5 reasons why dating an older woman can change your life. Number 1, emotional maturity. These ladies have a strong sense of self, good communication skills, and typically a high emotional IQ. They're less likely to play games and more likely to be direct about what they want. Number 2, stability and independence. They already have their own career, routine, and life structure. They don't need someone to complete them. They want a partner, not a project. This creates a low pressure, low drama dynamic. Number 3, confidence and self-awareness. With time comes self-confidence. These ladies know what they want, know what they like, and aren't afraid to say it. This makes dating way smoother, and of course, confidence is very attractive. Number 4, better communication about wants and boundaries. They're more clear about their expectations in dating and relationships, whether it's goals, intimacy, or emotional needs. The transparency that comes from this makes everything easier. Number 5, they bring experience in life and in romance. Typically with experience comes growth, right? So these ladies are more grounded, better at navigating conflict, and typically more understanding. They bring a deeper level of connection and conversation. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment. Agree, disagree. Let me know.
Now, what he said was a little redundant, and it kind of feeds into each other, but we gonna break it down. The first thing he really mentioned was how they're less emotional. Older women are just less emotional. And if you are a young man and you date around, you've had experience with women, you'll just notice that younger women crash out way easier. In my personal experience, at least dating younger women, I've noticed that younger women are just way more vulnerable to small inconveniences. Anything goes wrong and they could be blowing up in your face, blaming you, yelling at you, calling you all types of N-words, calling your mama all types of B-words and stuff like that. So sometimes you just really realize, you know what, these younger women ain't really matching my energy in that way, and that they're just impatient and they expect a lot and are emotional. They don't know how to really regulate themselves and not overreact sometimes. And that also goes into, you know, what they communicate that they want. A lot of younger women just won't be upfront with you. They'll drop hints and stuff like that. They'll look your way. But an older woman is going to straight up tell you, hey, no, this is what I like. This is what I need. You know, I don't like that. Please don't do that. They're not going to give you hints and subtle ways about going about things and then just ghost you if you don't get it. They're going to actually put in a little bit more effort. Same thing goes with the emotional thing. These women already understand that blowing up over everything sometimes just makes the situation worse. And sometimes you don't even get what you want after that emotional little outburst you had. So a lot of older women get to this point in their life where they just understand how to control their emotions and they understand how to communicate their emotions effectively and what they want. So that's a big plus, because even as a younger man growing up, I would already be kind of exhausted when a woman started yelling. I grew up with my mama yelling in the house though, so that already kind of pisses me off. But even when I was younger, I had very low tolerance for, you know, impatience and lack of accountability. So seeing that and being with younger women than having my experience with older women, this is 100% true. Older women are just way better with handling their emotions and communicating with you. Another thing he brought up was being stable and independent, which is also great for a young man, because as a young man, you're trying to get your life together, trying to find ways and avenues to make money in this very crippling economic situation. But with a strong, independent woman, you know, you got you a little, you know, a little business mind. You got you a little mastermind there. She's already got good, you know. She's not going to ask you for nothing. She's not going to constantly ask you to pay for dates. She might even go half with you. It won't even be an option. She's going to make sure that she helps you out in some way. She's independent. And it's not, you know, independent in the most extremist way that we see a lot of feminists push, but it's independent in a healthy way where she can support somebody else and she understands her boundaries and stuff like that. So the relationship ultimately just feels way more balanced with an older woman than when it's with a younger woman. Of course, there's give and take to each situation, and there's some things as a man that you have to do and provide for a woman no matter what. You won't see reciprocity in some areas, but in the areas where it matters, especially when it comes to like emotional matters, you just won't have that same drain on you. She'll be able to figure out her own emotions without having your validation. She'll be able to help you out financially here and there without always asking for something in return, you know? So that's always a great plus. And the last few things he mentioned was that older women have wisdom and they're much more confident. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand. I think as you get your wisdom, you become more confident. And as you play that as you keep reinforcing that wisdom, as you keep utilizing it, it just increases your confidence. And your confidence opens doors for you to be in new places, to gain more experience, to gain more wisdom. So I think it's like a kind of continuous feedback loop with that. So that just goes to say that older women just aren't going to play with their time. They're not going to waste their time. They're not going to waste your time. They already know what they want and what they need, and they have the wisdom to go about doing things the correct way. You know, they're not going to lead you on thinking that they're going to get something out of it. They're just going to let you know this is what I want. And if they can't get that, then they have the wisdom to just move on. They're not going to blow up emotionally, you know, and put you on Instagram. I can't tell you how many times a woman has tried to shame me on Instagram. Like, I don't feel shame, dog. But I know some of y'all are probably listening to me like, yeah, that sounds nice, Crash. It sounds nice. Older women seem like the good thing, but I don't get women to begin with. Younger women don't want me and older women don't want me. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Older women are much more easier to please, much more easier to get. And we're going to talk about that. We have some good reasons why. She going to let us know what's up with women and how to go about securing one.
Men between the ages of 28 and 35, if you're trying to get an older woman, Stop trying to impress her and do this instead. A lot of younger men think older women are looking for six-pack abs. Don't get me wrong, six-pack abs is a fantastic plus, but a lot of younger men think we're looking for six-pack abs, fancy cars, expensive gifts, but most of us aren't. What catches an older woman's attention is confidence, consistency, and emotional maturity. If you're always texting what you're doing, leaving her on red, playing games, and acting unsure of yourself, you're already losing. Older women, we've lived enough life to recognize potential, but we've also lived enough life to realize nonsense. You want to stand out? Make plans. Be direct, follow through, and say what you mean and mean what you say. Ask questions, listen when she talks. And here's a secret a lot of younger men don't know. Most older women are not looking for someone to take care of them. We want someone who brings peace, fun, excitement, and good energy into our lives. The man that wins an older woman is usually someone that makes her feel desired, appreciated, and respected. So if you're between the ages of 28 and 35 and wondering how to get a cougar, stop chasing her age and start becoming the man she enjoys spending time with. Trust me, she'll notice.
Now, this is great because what she's listing out is pretty much just basic masculinity. I believe as women get older, they just really start to appreciate masculinity more. They appreciate the little gestures of masculinity, the big gestures of masculinity. They just appreciate the essence of a man a little bit more. I believe, especially in our time today, that younger women are just socially programmed, especially by social media, Instagram, stuff like that, TikTok, to be afraid of men, to think that they have the worst out for them, and to think that men aren't really a valuable addition to their life, that they can do it all on their own. So I think as women grow up, they really start to see through that illusion. And I'm not saying, this is only something women go through. There's a lot of things men hear on social media too that are just straight up lies about women. And as you grow older as a man or a woman, you just start to realize that the things that you see on television, the things you hear in the media aren't always true, and that you have to go off real life experiences sometimes and see what's actually out there in the world. And when they go out there in the world and they see how men behave in, at work or in the gym and stuff like that, and see how they function and see, oh yeah, men aren't, they're not that terrible. You know what? I might take that camping trip in the woods with a man now. They ain't picking the bear no more. They don't want to pick the bear no more once they get older. When they get older, they want to pick the bear. So if you want to get with an older woman, you just have to understand these things. Be a strong young man, Mean what you say is a big thing. A lot of women, they dealt with a lot of men. I'm not going to say every woman, but a lot of women have dealt with a lot of men, especially like 5 or more men. So they already know what to expect. They already know and have some type of understanding about how men socialize with women. So if you, as a young man, break those patterns and you're just meaning what you say what you mean, you don't show any ulterior motives because you don't have any, then an older woman will love that. They will appreciate that. They'll see it as the rarity that it is, because a lot of young men walk around thinking that they're already defeated. But with an older woman, you really do have much more of a shot, especially just being your natural self. And also confidence. Confidence is a big key. And the only way really to build confidence is go out into the world and develop skills. You have to develop skills, put them to practical use, and see that your works produce fruit. See that your works are actually beneficial to society, you or the people around you, and that's how you build up your confidence. So definitely, if you don't have any type of skill, you not really working on yourself or doing anything like that, then you need to stop thinking about dating in the first place. You should even be focused on dating. You should be focused on building yourself up. But once you get to that point where you just know that you can handle yourself in most situations, that's when you should be looking for a woman. And that woman will be able to sense it almost immediately. I promise you. It's like they have a good nose for it. They be sniffing masculinity. They get a whiff of it, and they own you, boy, I promise. And she said that she's not looking for six-pack abs, but let's be so real. Every woman, I don't care if they're young or older, they definitely love that shit. You got some muscle on you, you definitely gonna pull more women that you've ever known. Like, you would have never known women would give you so much attention. But if you just get in the gym and get fit, get right, I promise you, you get a lot more attention from people in general. It's men too. You gonna be like, what? What? I can attract men too? Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. But you get in the gym and you become more attractive. A lot of men think that they're not attractive. Nah, you're probably just fat, bruh. You're probably just skinny. You probably just don't look like you take care of yourself. And that is a big factor when it comes to attractiveness, is being healthy. Being healthy is an evolutionary biological indicator of attractiveness. It means that you can take care of yourself and your children. You know, you can provide for yourself and your children if you look healthy. So definitely get in that gym if you feel like you don't have much luck with the women, and watch your luck turn around. I promise you, your luck gonna spin on its head.
You might have to change your middle name from Jebediah to Bitches. This is all I'm trying to say. No disrespect.
Granddad Bitches Freeman. Got a nice ring to it.
But we really gonna talk about the shift. We're gonna talk about some people's reactions, how people are really feeling about this, because we already know throughout society that older men get with younger women. They prefer younger women, and younger women damn near just go after younger men. Like, a lot of younger women prefer older men. They'll turn you down. Like, I think it's still a thing where it's coming around, but a lot of younger women still prefer older men. So we're gonna talk about this shift and how it got people feeling.
Let me drop a quick truth bomb on younger men pursuing older women. They choose us on purpose. It's not a fetish. It's not a phase. It's not because they can't get a woman their age. No, these younger men want depth. They want clarity. They want a woman that communicates. They want a woman that doesn't confuse chaos for chemistry. They love us older women because we're the safest place they've ever landed. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah, we're not their older women era. We're their upgrade. And that's the truth that nobody talks about.
What she said is just straight up the truth. This isn't like a phase for me. Like I said, I've always been attracted to older women. It's something that's just been built into me. I've always appreciated the qualities that come with maturity. That's just how I've been. But I think a lot of younger men are starting to understand this, especially in our day and time where younger women are just a little bit more high-strung. They're just a little bit more cautious, and it's harder to get with them. So a lot of younger men are just starting to look towards older women, not because it's the substitute, but because it is the way now, because this is the only attention that some younger men get, or because this is the only functional relationship that younger men can get. They get with younger women and realize that shit don't work. They get with an older woman and be like, hey, this shit cookies and cream over here. So I think what she says is bringing out some really good points about where dating is right now. Men want people who communicate. I know the media pushes that men are stupid and men don't know what they want and men only want sex. Not true. Men are really looking for emotional connection, especially in Gen Z men. I feel like the sad boy era really made it okay for men to be in touch with their feminine side, to be in touch with their emotions. So now that men are actually in touch with their emotions much more than previous generations have ever been, we're seeing the shift now where men value actual qualities over sex. Yeah, maybe sure in the past, a lot of men in the past were stupid. Yeah, maybe a lot of them was stupid and they didn't really appreciate the things that they should have appreciated. But as time goes on, as societies evolve and stuff like that, you see a shift in demographics as well. You see a shift within men as well. And those men now, the men today, the men that are me the man, me, I want something emotional. I do not care about no big booty. I do not care about no pretty smile. You know how many pretty smiles I done seen? I want somebody who knows what they doing, who knows how to communicate, and isn't emotionally chaotic. That's what men are appreciating. That's what men actually want nowadays. Once younger women really realize that and start circulating some more energy about how to be just a little bit more like older women, how to mature a little bit faster, I think that we'll see a bigger shift in this whole process. But yeah, this isn't, just a phase or just a way to get easy sex. No, this is about building real connections. If you're a younger man and you feel like you don't connect with the younger women, you see the distance, you understand that there's a knowledge gap 90% of the time, you go after a young older woman and you'll feel right at home. I promise you, I talked to an older woman before. She was my massage therapist. And yeah, it was pretty decent. And we had a good back and forth and we talked about some things. We appreciated a lot of the same things, but what she really appreciated about me was the fact that I didn't want to play games. I didn't want to be out in the streets all day. I really wanted to come and see her at the end of the day and stuff like that. And what I appreciated about her was how cool she was. Like, she didn't give me no flack. She didn't always have expectations for me and go off on me over the littlest of things. And that's just something I appreciate because of my background and my raising. But I feel like as men, younger men, keep dating in this society, they'll just realize the same things, that maturity is what you should be going after, especially in a woman. Anyway, let me know how you feeling about this. I love this. I fucking love it. If you 30 plus, hit me up, please. Anyway, until next time, guys, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers, and I need you. I need you. Until next time, guys. Peace out.